Zootopia is about a young rabbit in an anamorphic world who dreams of becoming a cop in the major city called Zootopia. She achieves her dreams and then proceeds to break every law that she can. It starts off with a young bunny named Judy Hopps talking about how thousands of years ago predator species would hunt and eat prey species.
But over time, we evolved and moved beyond our primitive savage ways.
So predator species have evolved and now do not have any hunting instincts against prey species. Just keep that in mind for later. Judy wants to be a police officer when she grows up, and her dad immediately crushes her dreams.
We gave up on our dreams and we settled. See, that's the beauty of complacency, Jude. If you don't try anything new, you'll never fail.
Wow, what great parenting. Then Judy sees this asshole fox and a weasel bullying a couple sheep and a rabbit. She tries to stop them, but just gets her butt kicked. 15 years later, Judy is training at the police academy, and she fails every challenge. But through motivation or something, she manages to improve enough to graduate top of her class. How does that work? She failed everything in the beginning and now she's top of her class? If you are failing every subject in the first half of a semester and then get straight A's, unless everyone else starts failing or drops out, you are not going to be able to catch up enough to be top of your class. This doesn't make sense. Anyway, because of this, the mayor assigns her, a rabbit, to the most dangerous part of the city. Is he trying to get her killed? So now her parents are worried.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
And also bears. We have bears to fear, too. Say nothing of lions and wolves.
Wolves?
Weasels and foxes are the worst. You know what? Pretty much all predators.
But why? They've already established that predators haven't had any hunting instincts for thousands of years. Why is this something to worry about? Maybe her dad's just racist. I mean, he did buy her fox repellent, mace, and a taser. Wait, if predators haven't had hunting instincts for thousands of years, why is there a company making self-defense tools against foxes specifically? Do they only do this for foxes? Why do they only do this for foxes? Do they make specific ones against each predator species? Why are they making defense tools against predator species if it's already been established that they haven't had any hunting instincts for thousands of years? If it's just that Judy's dad is racist against predator species, that's fine. But a company is producing these products, which means there is a market and a reason for it. They said this wasn't a problem in this world, then immediately tried to make it a problem. We're not even 10 minutes into this, and they are already contradicting the lore. Whatever, Judy leaves for Zootopia. I do like the population counter that's continuously going up. That's kind of funny. Then we get this terrible song from Gazelle during Judy's train ride. Just because Shakira's in your movie doesn't mean you need a song by her in it. At least this movie's animation is really good. One little thing that bothers me is why is everyone barefoot? Anyway, the next day she starts her job as a police officer, where she meets this fat cheetah who calls her cute, which she doesn't like, and he acts like he killed her family, apologizing for it. Is it that big of a deal? And some stupid joke with a donut.
Oh, here you went, you little Dickens! Oh.
Get it? Because he's fat. Then Judy goes to briefing and assignment.
We have 14 missing mammal cases, all predators, and City Hall is right up my tail to find them. This is priority number 1.
Just keep that in mind for later. Anyway, Judy gets assigned a parking duty and gets upset about it. Did she think she was gonna be solving murders her first day? Everyone has to start somewhere, quit being a bitch. Then we get this montage of her writing tickets, until she sees a fox named Nick Wilde go into a large animal ice cream store. Because foxes are evil, she assumes he's up to something and follows him in. Turns out he just wanted to buy his kid an elephant pop, but of course the shopkeep treats him like crap because everyone has to treat foxes like crap, so Judy feels bad and buys it for him. So she's feeling all good about herself until she sees them melting the popsicles into jars and the kid driving the van. So she follows them all around the city as they refreeze them into smaller popsicles, sell those to gerbils, and sell the sticks to rodent construction workers. Now Judy's all mad and tries to arrest Nick, but he has everything he needs to make what he's doing legal and just walks away. Although he did steal something in front of her, but I guess she didn't notice, and he rips her dreams apart. So now Judy is depressed and everyone is mad at her over the tickets.
My mommy says she wishes you were dead.
Jeez. Then Judy just so happens to be in front of a store that gets robbed by a weasel. So now she's all excited and chases him through an area that's only for rodents. Okay, so far they have only shown large animals as cops. Shouldn't there be small animal cops for small animals, especially for a place like this where everyone is a tiny rodent? I mean, Judy looks like freaking Godzilla in this place, and she is tiny compared to everyone else on the force. This movie is stupid, but she saves this, whatever the hell this is, from getting crushed by a donut, and catches the weasel.
I popped the weasel!
I'm pretty sure that is abuse of a prisoner. And now she's in trouble, but for endangering rodents and not for that.
To be fair, you did stop a master criminal from stealing 24 moldy onions.
Hate to disagree with you, sir, but those aren't onions. Those are a crocus varietal called Midnicampum holocysthius. They're a Class C botanical, sir.
Yeah, just keep that bit of information in mind for later. Anyway, the wife of the otter predator who's been missing barges into the chief's office, and Judy tells her she will find him, which pisses the chief off, until the assistant mayor hears, and now Judy has 2 days to find him or she's fired. But there's only one page in his missing persons file, and she doesn't have access to the police computer system yet. So, she's screwed. But luckily, the one picture she has just so happens to have Nick in it. So Judy goes to talk to him to find out what he knows, but he doesn't want to talk to her. So she records him saying how much money he makes and shows him he's declared $0 on his tax form. But if she doesn't have access to the police computer system, how the hell did she get his tax forms? And tells him she'll let him delete the recording if he helps her find the otter, which is destruction of evidence and bribery. So this convinces Nick to help her, and he takes her to a nudist colony because I guess that's where the otter went? I don't know. But they talk to this elephant who doesn't remember anything. Get it? Because elephants are supposed to have good memories. But this yak gives them the information they need, including a license plate number. Now all Judy has to do is run the license plate number and find out who it belongs to.
I can't run a plate. Ooh, I'm not in the system yet.
But yet she was able to get Nick's tax forms. So now she wants Nick to take her to the DMV before she gives him the recording, where everyone who works there is a sloth. Get it? Because sloths and the DMV are slow. Something that bothers me is how the sloths speak in this.
I am doing just
Fine?
as well as I can be.
It doesn't represent how sloths move. They are slow, but their movement is smooth. It's not short, jagged bursts followed by pauses. Their speech should drag out like this. Not like this, with random pauses between words. If you want sloths to be slow, their speech should reflect how they move. Anyway, since Nick is a dick, getting the vehicle owner takes hours since it's night now, and the limo service is closed.
And I will bet you don't have a warrant to get in,
So Judy throws the recording over the fence to trick Nick into going to get it, so she can dig under the fence to go look around while claiming, I don't need a warrant if I have probable cause. Which I'm pretty sure is entrapment and endangering a citizen, and now conducting a search without a warrant. Look, I know, this is a fictional universe, maybe they have different laws than us. But so far, Judy has committed reckless endangerment, possible use of excessive force, abuse of a prisoner, insubordination, bribery, entrapment, endangering a citizen, and conducting a search without a warrant. This really only leaves two options. Either all or some of this is illegal and Judy is corrupt as shit, or everything she has done is completely legal and their laws are f***ed. Either way, they find this frozen limo that has polar bear fur in it and a lot of scratch marks in the back seat. They also find the missing otter's wallet, and Nick finds that the limo belongs to some polar bear crime boss who hates him. I don't care why. And the polar bears catch them and take them to their boss. So, they're dead. Turns out the crime boss isn't a polar bear, but some rodent thing who talks like Marlon Brando, because this is the Godfather now for some reason. So he's about to kill them until his daughter comes in, who just so happens to be the one Judy saved from the donut earlier, and she convinces her father not to kill them. And tiny Godfather here tells Judy that he had a jaguar pick the otter up for a job, but the otter attacked the driver and then disappeared. Which is kind of dumb, but not nearly as dumb as what's coming up. After the mafia wedding, Nick and Judy visit the jaguar driver that the otter attacked, where he tells them that the otter went savage and scratched the crap out of his eye.
He just kept yelling about the night howlers. Over and over, the night howlers!
Just keep that in mind for later. The jaguar agrees to let them in to talk about the night howlers, and he has his own freak out. What about going savage healed his eye and attacks them?
What is wrong with them?
I don't know!
Maybe because he's a jaguar? Oh right, that isn't a problem in this world.
Howler, listen to me. We have a 1091. Jaguar gone savage.
If this isn't a problem, why do they have their own code for it? After some dumb chase scene, Judy's backup arrives, but since the jaguar is gone, no one believes them.
Wait, sir. I'm not the only one who saw him.
You think I'm gonna believe a fox?
Seriously, why is everyone only assholes to foxes? Judy's about to get fired again, but Nick stands up for her, and Chief Bogo just takes this and lets them go. While they're on the gondola, Nick tells a story about when he was a kid he wanted to join the Scouts. Why are there no adults here supervising? Shouldn't there be adults here supervising? But the other kids were assholes, put a muzzle on him, and kicked him out. But what I still don't understand is why. This isn't a problem for any other species, predator or prey, where they're universally hated by everyone except for foxes. Why is this only for foxes? I hate this movie. After being on the gondola for apparently hours since it's day now, Nick and Judy remember there are cameras everywhere, so they can use them to find the jaguar. But Judy doesn't have access to the system, although she was able to get Nick's so they go to the assistant mayor Bellwether to get the footage.
So fluffy. Hey, she'd never let me get this close.
But why? I mean, the touching thing I understand, but why don't they let him get near them? The predator thing isn't a problem. Is this only a fox thing too? Or you know what? F this. Bellwether lets them into the system and they see a couple of wolves capture a jaguar and start howling. So Judy's like, the wolves must be the night howlers. God damn it, I wish. So they track them to some cliffside facility on a cliff and go there. Judy distracts the wolves, wanna guess how? And her and Nick go into the facility, where they find medical equipment and all the missing predators, including the otter. Considering they're now walking on all fours, don't care about clothes anymore, and apparently can't speak, this is more than just going savage, whatever that means. This is de-evolution. Anyway, turns out the mayor had the predators captured and is having his scientists conduct studies to find out why they are de-evolving. But if the mayor is the one who made them go missing, why is he hounding the chief of police to find them? Wouldn't he want the police focused on other things so they don't find out what he's doing? I'm not saying he needs to act completely apathetic to the fact they're missing, But if he is the one kidnapping the predators, don't make it the police's top priority to find them. This guy is stupid. Speaking of stupid, Judy's phone goes off, so the mayor has the place locked down and Judy and Nick go down the toilet drain. Judy calls the police station and Mayor Lionheart gets arrested. So now that the missing predators are found and there's news stories of it, maybe now they can find out why the predators are de-evolving. As long as this isn't a world full of dumbasses. At the press conference, Judy tells Nick he should apply to be a cop, gives him an application, and finally gives him the recorder pen. So now we can add destruction of evidence. Judy then goes to be interviewed by the press and is asked why predators are going savage. And she's like, it's just the way they are. They're reverting back to their savage ways. Even though it's been thousands of years. You know what? Fuck it. This understandably pisses Nick off. I mean, what the hell? And he rips into her and leaves. A week later, there have been 27 incidents of predator species attacking prey species, which is causing tension in the city, and none of the infected predators are showing any signs of improvement. Oh no, the fat cheetah is being demoted.
They thought it would be better if a predator such as myself wasn't the first face that you see when you walk into the ZPD.
Oh look, the wariness is actually based on something that makes sense. For now. Now Bellwether, the new mayor, wants Judy to be the face of Zootopia's police force.
I came here to make the world a better place, but I think I broke it.
The world has always been broken. That's why we need good cops. Like you.
She has committed so many crimes. You know what? Fuck this. Oh my god. But instead, she quits because someone needs to feel bad about this movie. I do not like this movie, as you could probably tell. There's just so many things that don't make sense. Like how everyone hates foxes to the point to where there's self-defense products specifically for them, but not for any other species. If they had given a reason for it, I would be open to that, but they don't. It's just everyone hates foxes because they just do. It's not even because they're sneaky, because what does that have to do with self-defense tools? Just because someone might scam you doesn't mean they're going to physically assault you. They could have done something interesting with it, to where there's something wrong with foxes, to where they have all, or at least some remnants of, their hunting instincts that no other predator species has. And that could be why everyone hates them, and it would also explain why there are self-defense products specifically against foxes. I'm not naive enough to think there isn't crime or violence in this world. I mean, there's a wolf in the beginning that got arrested for baring his teeth or something. I'm sure there's enough violent crime in this world to warrant some fear and self-defense tools, specifically for prey species who don't have claws or fangs. But as they stated in the beginning, it would not be because of any hunting instinct, because predators have not had that for thousands of years. I'm sure predators' bodies still physically require protein, but they probably evolved to survive off of plant-based like beans or nuts, or milk or eggs if you want to blur the lines a bit. I'm sure there are some predators who require defense against. There are police after all. Speaking of police, I find it ridiculous how Judy gets a pass for her behavior, and it's framed as, it's okay if I do it. This is a character who wanted to be a cop ever since she was a child, and then immediately takes advantage of it and uses her position to break the law. Even before that, the first thing she does after getting her first assignment is get mad and complain about it. Then she gets mad that Nick tricked her to get what he wanted, then tricks him to get what she wanted while having this snarky attitude. Plus, what she did was worse, because Nick went through the proper channels to make sure what he did that day was legal, while Judy breaks the law by bribing Nick with destroying evidence that he committed a crime if he does what she wants. And the movie has no self-awareness of this, because in the end, Judy gets rewarded. Now maybe Chief Bogo didn't know about the bribing, but he knew about her abusing a prisoner by holding him in a donut sign to the police station and then kicking him into the lobby. If they wanted to use these actions to show that this behavior is unacceptable, especially for someone whose job it is to uphold the law, and have Judy reprimanded for these things and realize what she has been doing, no matter her intentions, is wrong, that's fine. It would have been a great lesson on the phrase, "the road to hell is paved with good intentions." But instead, in the end, she's rewarded. In fact, Bogo calls her a good cop. This is the lesson you want to teach? Really, Disney? Breaking the law and putting others in danger is okay if a cop does it? That is a terrible lesson. The voice acting is really good. J.K. Simmons is great as Mayor Lionheart. He can do the politician voice really well when Lionheart is making public speeches. And he's great at Lionheart yelling at either Bellwether to do something or the scientists about finding out why the predators are going savage. He's just really good at playing characters who yell a lot. Idris Elba is really good as Chief Bogo. He has a strong, authoritative voice that fits the character really well, whether Bogo's handing out assignments or yelling at Judy for not listening to him. But he can also soften his voice when Bogo is trying to make Judy feel better. Raymond S. Percy is pretty good as Flash. I don't like how his speech is short, jagged bursts, but that's a director problem, not a voice actor problem. He did what he was directed to do, and he is really good at making Flash's emotions sound authentic while doing it. The animation is great. The animals look like their respective species and are easy to identify. Their facial animations are fantastic, like the way their ears droop when they're sad or nervous or turn in the direction the character is trying to hear, or the way their eyes widen at times to show expression but not in a way that looks uncanny or too animated. They did a great job of using what each of the animals' paws look like and converting them into hands. They look like the paws or even hooves, but yet they look like they would be functional for everyday life. If there's one thing I appreciate about this movie, is that it's their attention to detail in the animation. Though, apparently breaking the law to get what you want is fine in this world, as long as Judy does it. But if someone uses the same tactic on her to get what they want, it's the worst thing anyone can do to anyone else.
If you want to see an uncensored version of this video, or any of my other videos, check out my Patreon. If not, I appreciate you watching my video here too. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.